Te whānau, another drawing video for you guys to follow along to. In this one we're going to try something a little different. This time I'm going to add a voiceover. I guess you could call it drawing/book review. I've been reading a book called The Daily Stoic by Ryan Holiday, and it's a book that has a whole lot of stoic teachings that you read every day. It's not long, and it's something you just pick up, read, have a think about it, and then carry on with your day, or try your best to implement that into your day. And so for today's one, I'm going to read through the page, and then I'll give you guys a bit of a rundown on what I feel like that means to me. So here we go. November 8th, actors in a play. Remember that you are an actor in a play, playing a character according to the will of the playwright. If a short play, then it's short. If long, long. If he wishes you to play the beggar, play even that role well, just as you would if you were a cripple, a honcho, or an everyday person. For this is your duty, to perform well the character assigned to you. That selection belongs to another. Epictetus, the Enchiridion. Marcus Aurelius didn't want to be emperor. He wasn't a politician who sought office, and he wasn't a true heir to the throne. As far as we can tell from his letters and from history, what he really wanted to be was a philosopher. But the powerful elite in Rome, including the Emperor Hadrian, saw something in him. Groomed for power, Marcus was adopted and put in the line for the throne because they knew he could handle it. Meanwhile, Epictetus lived much of his life as a slave and was persecuted for his philosophical teachings. Both did quite a lot with the roles they were assigned. Our station in life can be as random as a roll of the dice. Some of us are born into privilege, others into adversity. Sometimes we're given exactly the opportunities we want. At other times we're given a lucky break, but to us it feels like a burden. The Stoics remind us that whatever happens to us today or over the course of our lives, wherever we fall in the intellectual, social, or physical spectra, our job is not to complain or bemoan our plight, but to do the best we can to accept it and fulfill it. Is there still room for flexibility and ambition? Of course. The history of the stage is littered with stories of bit parts that turned into starring roles, and indelibly characters that were expanded into future adaptations. But even this begins with acceptance and understanding and a desire to excel at what we have been assigned. So, what do you take from that, e te whānau? For me, well, firstly, my darling actually brought up a really good point. She resonated with the part that said some people are born into privilege and others into adversity. Kind of describes me and her. So we have very, very different upbringings, and I guess you could look at it from, I was the one that was born into privilege and she was the one that was born into adversity. We might go over that in a later video because there's a lot of personal details that my darling probably isn't prepared to share with a lot of people on the internet. So yeah, that might be a video for another day. But yeah, she really resonated with that because that's what was assigned to her, and she battled through a lot of it and came out the other side an amazing, independent, strong wahine. For me, I guess I take the role assigning a bit more literal. So ever since I was young, I had a teacher at primary school. Miss Biss was her name. We had a parent-teacher interview, and Miss Biss was talking to mum and dad. I don't know what I was doing, probably playing outside with the boys, running around, playing rugby or something. And when we got home, they mentioned something that Miss Biss made an observation that I would make a good teacher one day. So they said so she said to them, encourage him because I see him being a good teacher one day. I have no idea where she got that idea from, because I was never one to put my hand up to volunteer for things. I never ever liked being in front of crowds. I was very shy. I was very to myself and didn't like people looking at me or all of that sort of stuff. So where she saw the teacher in me, I have no idea. But it seems to be that she was on to something, because no matter where I've gone in my life, I've always had to fill some sort of a teacher role, or I guess a leader role, you could say, in terms of sharing things with people. For example, being in the Navy, I ended up being the tutor for our kapahaka group for a number of years, and that was really, really hard, but it was really fun. And it's that teacher in me. I guess I started teaching kapahaka for kura and other organizations around Auckland as well, and it's purely just because I just happened to be good at it. I never got over the fear of being in front of people. I got nervous even when I did kappas for the Navy. I knew everyone in the room, we were all mates and stuff, but I always got nervous standing up and teaching these waiata and teaching the tunes and playing the guitar and explaining what the songs mean and why I picked the songs to teach and why this is our bracket and all of those sorts of things, because I care a lot. I care a lot about the things that I do, and I put a lot of effort into things that I'm passionate about. So every time I get up and I share things, it's very, very scary and still very confronting for me. So coming onto YouTube and sharing things online is huge. It's a huge step, especially when it comes to Te Ao Māori, because what we learn in terms of our iwi is very diverse. It's very different. So one story that I learn and share with you guys could be a completely different story to what someone else learns, say from down south or from up north. So there was that fear as well of sharing things. But the more I do it, the more I get comfortable with it, and the more I see what Miss Biss was talking about, because with this new opportunity that's coming up in the next couple of months, it's putting me literally in a teacher's role. We'll cover that a bit later in another video. So shout out to you, Miss Biss. I have no idea how you saw it, but I'm on my way to fulfilling the vision that you saw way back then. So te whānau, there you go. I'd love to know what you guys picked up, or if you have any other insights or any other advice or tips from that little page that I read. Also, if you like this style of voiceover with a bit of insight in the books that I'm reading, then let me know, because I can always even just chat about other things that have popped up, like challenges or things that I've gone through in my life or in our life. Anyway, whānau, hope you guys enjoy. Remember, follow at your own pace. You can pause the video where you want. Just have fun with it. Remember, it's all about just giving it a go. You don't have to be perfect. Really do appreciate your guys' time, te whānau, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Ciao, ciao.